There were times in my career I felt like Pete made me better. There were other times where I felt like he cost me my livelihood, right? So there were times I was demoralized by it. There's times I was inspired by it. And I think we've seen that too with Andy. I mean, he's stepped up and beaten the best in the biggest occasions. I mean, every Grand Slam final he's played, it's been what, Djokovic or Federer? Every Grand Slam final he's played? I mean, he's had to beat one of those two guys. I don't envy it, but I sure in the heck respect it and appreciate it. Well, I think it would help him if he came to terms with what could keep him at his highest level mentally, right? Keep him fully engaged. But I don't think because he doesn't have a fighting spirit, man. That guy's his own worst critic. I mean, he holds himself to a standard that you wouldn't dare hold him to. I mean, he's a perfectionist. He's a tortured perfectionist. I mean, so when I look at him, I don't see somebody who's not a fighter. I see somebody who just has to put his circumstances in context and figure out how to constantly get back to the job at hand. I think that's tougher for some than others, and it's tougher in different ways than it might be for others.
In some ways.
No, it's a living hell, to be quite frank. But does it make you better? I think being a tortured perfectionist, I think every perfectionist is tortured, by the way. So being a perfectionist is a strength because everything is going to get done with the highest degree of standard that you have. But everybody's strength is their weakness, and if it's not, it's demoralizing, and you know, you just don't accept less. So you can also be at your worst. You know, it's the artist taking the knife to the canvas. You know, and so I think it makes them shine, and I think it makes them want to hide. Yeah, I'm not sure for the same reasons, but I can identify with how he appears a lot of the time, which is a person that is way more pleasant off the court than they are on the court. Andy Murray, like myself, like Goran Ivanisevic, like many others, were just really happy people off the court. And on the court, it was a mixed bag, you know. And I think that's the case with Andy. He is one of the most thoughtful, intelligent people that I've spent time with. I've only spent a little time with him. And I think who he is off the court doesn't line up with who he is on the court half the time. And that's a balancing act. That's a coming to terms with. You know, that's a person that's trying to find some context for what he's doing or how he does things. Listen, I love talking about the game. I love talking about anybody that wants to learn. But working with somebody is full-time, and I have a lot that takes up my time now. I physically, emotionally, mentally, practically can't do the job that I would want to do. You can't just step in and give advice. Coaching isn't talking. Coaching is learning. The things I say about Andy are not going to be a surprise to him. I'm sure things have been said to him. It's not about what you say, it's what somebody learns. It's finding out what that switch is. It's getting them to see something a different way, and you can't do that until you spend time and learn, and I wouldn't have that right now.